Finally, some arrests.
It's the Mega Man, and nah, that doesn't stand for hate. We're just saying it's time for education to be great.
Hello, everyone. This is Make Education Great Again. I'm your host, Chris Moore. Today's topic, Trump's beaming as plotters finally get arrested. I have good news to report. Some of you guys followed this back on November the 4th is when this went down. But y'all, don't forget about that Steele dossier that was paid and funded by the Clinton campaign way back when so they could illegally frame Donald Trump as somehow Russia collusion, and therefore they have a reason to impeach him. This was in the works before he even got to be president, okay? So all of a sudden, we've had that Durham report that's supposedly in the works, and he's investigating. And Durham, if you don't know much about him, he's been like the official guy that's supposed to be apolitical and investigates the truth. He's been used to investigate CIA things and FBI things all along. So we've been waiting forever to get some results from this Durham report. Well, it's finally starting to happen, and we're now, I believe, up to the third person who's been arrested as a result of the investigations. And lo and behold, it continues to prove that Hillary was really behind the funding GPS, Fusion GPS. These people made up stories. This person was arrested for lying to the FBI, and that was basically the info that he was lying about. You're going to see it in a second. But the info this particular man was lying to the FBI about was like the main reason why the FBI was able to do this investigation into the Russian collusion scam Anyway, justice is happening, y'all. It's November, baby. 45 is coming back. I've said that on my live. So you guys, let's go ahead and get into the article. I have a video to show you guys too. And there's reason to believe that there are more indictments coming. Let's go ahead and get to it. So here's the first article. This is on NBC's platform, but anyway, or CNBC's platform, excuse me. But it says right here, Durham probe analyst charged with lying to the FBI after Christopher Steele's Trump Russian dossier debacle. Here are the key points, okay? Let's get to the key points. An analyst who contributed research to a dossier that was funded by Fusion GPS, that's completely corrupt. But anyway, an analyst who contributed research to the dossier that detailed alleged ties between former President Donald Trump and Russia during 2016 was arrested. Was arrested, baby. Igor Danchenko. I'm just going to probably call him Igor or Danchenko, okay? This was the analyst that was charged in the grand jury indictment with five counts of making false statements to the FBI about the so-called Steele dossier during interviews with agents in 2017. The arrest was part of an ongoing probe by special counsel John Durham, who was appointed by Trump administration to investigate the roots of the Trump-Russia investigation. Trump was a little bit annoyed with this guy because it's taken forever, but hey, better late than never. It's starting to finally bear some fruit. So the Russian analyst who contributed key research to the so-called dossier and ties to the Donald Trump-Russia collusion, he was arrested. Igor Danchenko, the analyst, was charged in a grand jury indictment with 5 counts of making false statements to the FBI. Steele's controversial dossier on Trump became the basis for the application of an FBI warrant to tap the phone of former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page a month before the election in 2016. Steele's inquiry was funded by firm, there it is again, Fusion GPS, which itself has been hired by the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, to conduct opposition research on the then Republican candidate Trump. This is just sketch as it gets. Danchenko, 43 years old, is a third person criminally charged in the Durham's investigation, which focused on the origins of the federal probe into Trump's campaign's suspected coordination with Russian agents to influence the outcome of the 2016 race for the White House. The Department of Justice said that Danchenko, a Russian national who lives in Virginia, was taken into custody Thursday morning. He later appeared in federal court in Alexandria, Virginia, and reportedly was released on a $100,000 bond. The indictment charges that Danchenko lied when he told FBI agents that he had never communicated with a public relations executive who was active in Democratic politics about allegations in the Steele reports, when in fact Danchenko had sourced at least one of those allegations to the executive. So there is so much to get into here, and I could read the whole thing, but I don't want to read it. I want to keep this a little short and to the point. So I have a video clip. I got 2 clips I want to show you guys. One clip is going to be Donald Trump basically just being Donald Trump, talking about, hey, looks like this Durham report finally is finally actually bearing some fruit. I was getting a little nervous, but hey, maybe he knows what he's doing after all. And then the second clip is going to be a clip actually from Fox News, where a gentleman who's very well qualified to know what's going on, he's actually presenting a lot of the info to the Durham report. He's saying, oh, we just hit the tip of the iceberg, baby. The arrests are coming down, and God's hand of justice, I believe, is going to be exposed. Don't give up hope. God can rectify this thing. So let's go ahead and roll the clip from Trump, and then we'll roll the clip from that little report on Fox News.
Nobody knew how, but I said, we'll come together. And then I started to lose a little faith in it. You know, you go through all of the hoaxes, the Russian hoax. You saw what happened today. Another one got down for making up fake stories. It's a big deal today. I tell you, Durham may be doing a good job. We're going to have to see. It's taking a little longer than we thought, but he's doing it. He's exposing a real criminal activity.
Love that guy. Don't you love that guy? Trump, and notice my date here, 2021. We're not waiting until 24. He's coming back in before 2024. He's coming back between now and 2022. I'm just telling you all that right now. I'm telling you that by faith. But let's go ahead and give you all a little bit more context as to what's going on. The fact that Obama was even briefed in this situation before Hillary started doing the shenanigans and pulling this plan into effect, and they did nothing because they were in on it. This is the DNC. Y'all know what it is. Let's go ahead and roll it.
So do you think that that is what John Durham is looking at? Do you think we will see potential indictments?
Well, I know that, Maria, because as you know, many of the documents that John Durham is using are documents that I gave him. So I declassified the documents that we've talked about, but I gave John Durham over 1,000 other documents that have not yet been declassified that I know include intelligence that goes specifically to this criminal activity that would be the basis for further indictments. And, you know, again, what happened with the Steele dossier, a grand jury is saying was criminal in nature, and I expect that all of the folks that are involved with creating it and peddling it falsely would be in jeopardy. And I know that that's what John Durham is looking at. And as I talked about, you know, this goes to the highest levels of our government in the government agencies involved.
And we have pictures of meetings in the Oval Office with President Obama and John Brennan, when we assume John Brennan told President Obama that he had this information. We're going to show those pictures right now of the Oval Office where President Obama, Joe Biden were briefed. This plan to ensnare her opponent, Donald Trump. And this was way before Inauguration Day of Donald Trump. This was in 2016. Right.
August of 2016.
Those pictures I'm saying, yeah, August of 2016, right. And these pictures, we don't know if they were August, September, or October, yeah.
Well, the briefings occurred in August of 2016, so several months before the election. And again, Peter Strzok and folks at the FBI knew that the Steele dossier was a Hillary Clinton creation. And as the Danchenko indictment reflects, Maria, not only did Hillary Clinton commission the creation of the Steele dossier, people that worked for her served as the sources for that information. PR Executive 1, who has been identified publicly as a gentleman named Charles Dolan, worked for Bill and Hillary Clinton, served as state chairman of their campaigns, was appointed by Bill Clinton during his administration, and worked for the Russian Federation. He was a source of the information, some of the most salacious allegations against Paul Manafort and about Donald Trump and the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. So all of that was make-believe. It was bogus, and folks within the law enforcement community particularly were aware of that and yet used it illegally and peddled it for a great period of time for a political purpose, which is just not only inappropriate, but as you're finding out, criminal as well. And I expect I said a long time ago to you, Maria, I expect there to be many indictments. I haven't backed off of that, and I continue to think that there are going to be many indictments based on the intelligence that I gave to John Durham and that I have seen.
All right, so there it is. What do you guys think about that? I think the gentleman who was being interviewed said something along the lines of this gentleman. I think it was Danchenko himself. Am I wrong? Y'all tell me in the comments. He actually was working for Russia and also at the same time working for the Clinton campaign and the Clinton people. Can you believe that? I can. And the very things that they are guilty of doing, they are actually trying to frame and put on Trump. That's what the Democrats do. Pretty much if they scream, oh, he's doing this, oh, he's doing this, best believe that they are the ones actually guilty of doing it, and they're trying to pin it on the innocent. That's what you do. I think my Bible says, cursed are those who call evil good and good evil, And man, you don't weigh the scales correctly. I'm doing a big time paraphrase and butchering the verse. But you get my point, and that's what it is. So are you encouraged by what you just heard? Are you encouraged by the fact that they have 3 people now arrested as a result of this Durham report? Do you think justice will finally get to the big fish, the Clintons of the world, the Obamas of the world? Do you think that's ever going to happen? Do you have hope? I'm telling you guys, from my perspective, if you want to know what I believe and what I feel like I know to be true, in fact, I do know it, 45 is a comeback number. He's coming. I see him 45 everywhere I look, y'all. It's not even funny. I'll drive down a road for 30 minutes and I happen to take paths. Every single speed limit is 45 miles an hour. I'm watching sports and the guy drops 45 points. The score was 4-5. I mean, as I was like, Lord, is this real? Boom, he'll pop it in my face again. My mom will call me, oh yeah, be here in 45 minutes. I mean, like, I'm telling you, that's how God communicates with me, and I think if you tune into his frequency, you're going to start noticing it more and more yourself. I'm telling you, it's a comeback number, and there's reason to celebrate. And the justice that you're starting to see, the weird things that are starting to come up, not coincidence. So anyway, I love you guys. As always, like, subscribe, share. Click the notification bell for more content and analysis. If you like what you heard, I have a link to my PayPal, my Cash App, and I appreciate the support. Helps me bring the best content available to you guys and give y'all the truth and fight for freedom. That's what it's all about. As always, go ahead and follow me on Odysee and make sure you subscribe on Rumble too. You got to back it up there. This video I could get on all my platforms. Some videos I can only put in those 2 places, and y'all know what it is. So, till the wheels fall off, baby. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
It's the Mega Man, and nah, that doesn't stand for hate. We're just saying it's time for education to be great. And if we keep on doing everything that we've been doing, it will no longer be our freedom that we're pursuing. It's now time to teach our students how to think and reason. If we don't, we'll keep on electing those guilty of treason. So listen up, as Mega Man is about to spit the truth. Gotta stop the powers that are coming after the youth.